Welcome to the channel. Cruella 2 sequel. Will there be one? Disney Studios' Cruella is a movie about the origin of the villain from 101 Dalmatians, who has her own story. Next, I'll talk about whether and when the movie Cruella 2 will be released. The film is directed by Craig Gillespie and Emma Stone plays Cruella de Vil. Cruella finds out the origins of the classic villainess, and the film lays the groundwork for the new 101 Dalmatians franchise. Emma Thompson plays Cruella's adversary, Baroness von Hellman. Cruella details how, in the late 1970s, a young orphan named Estella is transformed into a black and grey-haired fashion icon and major outlaw who loves fur but despises Dalmatians. The film recounts Cruella's origins and introduces her partner in crime, Jasper and Horace, as well as her childhood friend Anita Darling. Meanwhile, Mark Strong plays John, the Baroness' valet and loyal accomplice in her criminal scams. While Cruella is not a direct prequel or spin-off, it clearly serves as the beginning of the franchise and creates the 101 Dalmatians universe. The Cruella movie completes Estella's transformation into Cruella de Vil, as it did with the Joker, and leaves the door open for the next chapter. The following is all the information currently available about Cruella 2. Is there official confirmation that Cruella 2 is coming out? Cruella 2 has not yet received approval from Walt Disney Pictures Studios. The decision on the sequel depends on fan appreciation of the first film. Nevertheless, the positive reviews of the picture are a good indication that audiences will want a sequel with Emma Stone as the classic Disney Studios villain. Cruella certainly lays the groundwork for another movie and has a scene in the middle of the credits that promotes the future story of 101 Dalmatians. Nevertheless, it will be interesting to see what metrics Disney needs to determine if Cruella 2 will be released given the theatrical release of Cruella and a simultaneous release of Disney+. Information on the release date for Cruella 2. Even if active development of Cruella 2 begins in the coming months, the sequel will not be released until 2023, given the time it takes for Disney Studios to start production and bring back the main cast. And that will happen if the shooting of Cruella 2 is done quickly enough. For example, Maleficent, Lord of Darkness was released in 2019, 5 years after the original, so Cruella 2 could be filmed in a similar time frame. The story of Cruella 2 is not just the story of 101 Dalmatians. The film was always intended to be the origin story of Cruella. The film shows the formation of the villainous heroine. The film details how the orphan Estella transformed into Cruella de Vil and drove Baroness von Hellman out of the modeling business. But now Cruella 2 can show how she takes over the fashion world as she continues her life as an infamous criminal. The makers of Cruella 2 could do a reboot of 101 Dalmatians from Cruella's point of view, or they could tell another original story about Cruella and her accomplices that would further reinforce de Vil's hatred of the Dalmatians. Meanwhile, Emma Stone and Emma Thompson also offered their idea that the movie Cruella 2 could take its cue from the second installment of The Godfather, which combined a prequel and a sequel, and tell the story of the Baroness' origins and Cruella's new adventures. Who will be starring in the movie Cruella 2? Almost every character introduced in Cruella could return in the sequel, starting, of course, with Emma Stone as the main character. Emma Thompson could also reprise the image of the Baroness, who could break out of prison and take revenge on Cruella. Joel Fry and Paul Walter Hauser should also return as Cruella's accomplices, Jasper and Horace, as well as Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Cruella's best friend, Anita Darling, a gossip columnist. While there are also plenty of opportunities to introduce new characters in the sequel, fans expect to see more Dalmatians in Cruella 2 as well. Thanks for your attention. Like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos.